How to be the queen of your life.
And we're back again with 6 Weeks to Wellness from inVibeHealth.com. Jan Fitzpatrick is here with me, the host of your show, and we're talking about a 4-part series here on phases of a woman's life. Now, this sounds like a pretty good phase, Jan. Being the queen of your life. What are we talking about here?
Well, for women 50 and beyond, this is a time of transition. It's been called our second spring. As our brains are rewired due to hormonal shifts, our attitudes and satisfaction levels change too. And this time is an opportunity to use our knowledge and experience to design how we want to move forward into the rest of our lives.
All right, and we're going to talk about 3 parts of this regal phase of your life.
Yes.
Queen of yourself, queen of expectation, and queen of yourself, queen of expectation, and then queen of your life.
Yes.
So let's talk about queen of yourself. So this is about, a sense of command and presence, or what are we talking about here?
Well, I got this from the book that's called Queen of Yourself by Donna Haynes. And beyond 50, I can no longer give birth, and I really don't think I'm a crone yet. Certainly not as wise as I would like to be in any case. And most of us are relatively healthy. We have lots of life experience, and we pretty much know what makes us happy. And this time of our lives is the time to lay the groundwork for the rest of our lives, to reevaluate and make those changes now.
Yeah, it's a big change, right? It's a rearrangement of an awful lot of things in terms of most people's lives, but it can be an awesome time of reassessing and taking control, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So, what do you mean by queen of expectation?
Well, for some reason, this last week before and while I was writing everything, I became a magnet for information on expectation, which is really really important in this time of transition. I listened to an interview with Daniel Kish, who's a blind man who's ridden a bicycle all of his life. His mother never limited him, and he learned this echolocation by clicking. She never stopped him from doing that. Wow. So he never expected to fail. And then they did another study with mice, and students were given the same mice, and they were told that half of them were dumb and half of them were smart. And guess what? They treated them that way, and that's exactly the way the mice acted. Yeah. Although they were all the same mice. And then I heard an interview on Marty Moscowane's Radio Times. She interviewed 3 young people who were the first in their generation first in their family to go to college, and some had, I think 2 had graduated. And their mothers, they kept mentioning their mothers, had high expectations for them, as well as a key person in their lives, or even the school system. One started in Philadelphia, went to Westchester, and they expected a lot more from them in Westchester. So that was high expectations. And they found that if others have high expectations for you, you tend to meet them. And really internally, they didn't study this, but just if that happens, just imagine how powerful your own expectations are for yourself. Absolutely. And the question I'd ask anyone who's in this time of transition, 50 and beyond, is what are your expectations for yourself as you get older? Very powerful in how the rest of your life is going to unfold.
Absolutely, because we steer with those expectations, and that study you're talking about with the mice, that's actually been done with people as well. With classrooms and randomly assigning this fake knowledge to the teacher, saying, "Hey, these are the smart kids, these are the not so smart kids," and lo and behold, we unconsciously shape that outcome. So
yes,
be careful what you expect; you might just get it, right? So choose wisely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Good stuff. Well, and so that is how you become the queen of expectation. Now, let's talk about the queen of your life. That sounds pretty powerful.
Yeah. Well, my mama always told me that life begins at 50. So I had great expectations of what it would be like once I got to be 50 years old. So I was looking forward to it all my life. And even though there's a bit of awkwardness, as you know, I was in high school and I was a cheerleader and my knees cracked and popped. But as you get older, like the rest of my body is kind of joining my knees. And that's kind of a surprise. But it's yeah, it's just the way it is. Yeah.
You know what? My mother always told me life starts at 50 as well. So, you know, there's a theme.
Oh, wow. Yeah, great. And the other thing I heard in this time when I was preparing this was that our bodies are our subconscious or unconscious mind. That rather than being out there somewhere, our body really stores everything. We may not know what's going on, but our body never forgets. And what is your body telling you? What is my body telling me? With all the little symptoms that are coming up, it's always trying to communicate and get to your conscious mind and tell you where you are in space, but also where you are in your life and your beliefs. And I really believe each person is in charge of themselves. And this time of transition, is a time to tap into that endless well of creativity and pleasure that comes during this time of transition at 50 and beyond.
Well, there you are. We're gonna have a new tradition, Jan. I think we have to have coronations at the age of 50. Don't you think? I mean, you should be handed out a crown.
Yes.
You know, it is a powerful time of life. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity. I mean, you know, maybe a couple of hundred years ago we didn't have a whole lot of opportunity. We'd be lucky to make 50, but now.
Well, that's true.
Now we really are beginning a whole new phase of life at 50, right?
Well, it's really a long time span compared to how long you're a maiden, how long you're a mother, how long you're a queen is a long time.
That's right. You have a long reign ahead of you.
You do. You do.
Hopefully, protect your health. Protect your health so that you can have a good long reign. But you know, there's a lot of opportunity there. So
yes.
Well, this is great. So we're talking about phases of a woman's life. This is a good one, the regal phase of your life. We've been talking about being the queen of yourself, the queen of expectation, and being careful what we expect, and being the queen of your life. So this is great stuff. We've got more great stuff to come. But before we go there, we're going to talk about the fact that you want to get connected with all this great stuff at invibehealth.com. If you're seeing this video on YouTube, it actually comes from my website. Come on over to invibehealth.com, get connected to all the great information that Jan has been producing there. You're going to get great blog posts, you're going to get great video content, but you can also get Jan's book, which is available on Amazon, but you can get it at invibehealth.com just by clicking on the book image and just subscribing to the site. Put your name and email address in there. You'll get a free copy of the book right away, and you'll be linked to all this great information so that you can get coronated and enter the queen phase of your life. So, Jan, I'm looking forward to the fourth part in our four-part series coming up shortly.
Thanks for joining us.